let us learn dissociation. What is dissociation? It's a type of chemical reaction which brings about a physical change in a compound. Now, how it brings in physical change in a compound? By forming ions. Which ions? That means forming the electrically charged ions, positive ions called as cations, and negatively charged ions called as anions. So in short, dissociation is a type of a reaction which brings about a physical change in a reaction of a compound by forming the ions of positively charged cations and negatively charged anions. So, in this way, the compounds forms ions. But when they form an ion in an molten state or in an aqueous state, that means this compound, when it is soluble in the solvent, say if it is soluble in water, then it forms ion. So dissociation is nothing but the ionic compounds which dissociates to form ions. What exactly happens to these ionic compounds when they dissolve in water? See, actually these ions, they get separated from each other when they get dissolved in the water or else any solvent which has been taken. And they get dispersed. That means they move randomly. What get dispersed? The ions. Positively charged cation and negatively charged anion. They get dispersed very uniformly throughout the whole solution. And if the solvent is water, these ions are being surrounded by the water molecules. Why they get separated? Because the electrostatic force of attraction between them, it gets reduced, and so they get separated and they get dispersed in the water. So this process represents a physical change known as dissociation. Let us take an example of it and talk about it in detail. Here, if we talk about the dissociation of an ionic compound NaCl, that is sodium chloride, when it is dissolved in water, it forms ion. Why it forms ion? Because the electrostatic force of attraction between these two ions, or between the positively charged cation Na plus and negatively charged anion Cl minus, it gets reduced and they form ion. And what happens to them? They have been individually surrounded by the water molecules. So in this way, the formation of an ions take place in an ionic compound. Here, one note also we have to take into consideration that when compounds contain more than two ions, we call them as what? We call them as an polyatomic ions. When the compounds containing polyatomic ions dissociates, the polyatomic group stays together as one ion. Now what does it mean? If we'll talk about AgNO3, that is silver nitrate, in this silver is one of an ion. But if we'll talk about nitrate, it is nitrogen and oxygen. So it is polyatomic group, a polyatomic ion which has been formed since it contains nitrogen and oxygen. What happens to them? This nitrogen and oxygen, they stay together. So this is an example of polyatomic ions. So in this way, the dissociation process takes place. If we'll talk about the crystalline structure of NaCl related to dissociation, we can see it over here. The negatively charged green colored ball, if we will talk about here, it is of chlorine, and positively charged ball which is blue in color, it is of sodium. When it is dissolved in water, what happens to them? They get dispersed. So we can see right now over here, they have dispersed. That means they have separated from each other, and they have spread themselves uniformly throughout the whole solution. Solution nothing but what we had just taken of water. So what happens to them? Individually they have been surrounded by whom? They have been surrounded by the water molecule. We can see it over here. So this physical process of formation of an ions is nothing but it is called as an dissociation, and it's a dissociation reaction, a type of an chemical reaction. Let us understand in detail ions. What are ions? Because we are supposed to learn ionization of a compound. So let us go in detail in this concept so that we can understand it very thoroughly. How molecules are formed? See, we know it very well. When atoms combine, they form what? They form molecules. So how does atoms combine, or how do this atom does the work of formation of a molecule? It does in three ways. One, by either losing the electrons, the other way by gaining the electrons, or by sharing the electrons. We know that the atom consists of the three sub-elementary particles: electrons, protons, and neutrons. So, for this formation of molecules, the atom can either lose the electron which is negatively charged, either it can gain the electron, or either it can share the electrons. In this three way it can be done. Even if we will talk about that how compounds have been formed or how they are been composed of molecules. The same way, see, compounds are composed of molecules which are made up of what? Which are made up of atoms. We have just seen right now that the molecules are made up of atoms. And how these atoms forms the molecules? They form either by losing, gaining, or by sharing the electrons. So if we'll talk about NaCl, NaCl is nothing but it consists of the two ions in it, that is the positively charged Na plus and the negatively charged Cl minus. That means whenever the ionic compounds are formed, they have a metallic atom. Here if we will talk about, it is sodium, and a non-metallic atom, here if we will talk about, here it is chlorine. So ionic compound is nothing but it is been formed by a combination of metallic atoms and a non-metallic atom. Here metallic atom is of sodium and non-metallic atom it is of chlorine. So in this way the ions are formed. So whenever these ions are formed, just now we had seen that these ions, when the atoms forms molecules, they either gain, lose or share the electrons. So whenever the atom loses the electrons, that means it gives the electron, it acquires positive charge. Why it acquires positive charge, do you know? Because electron carries a negative charge, and when that negative charge is been removed from the atom acquires a positive charge. So if we will talk about over here, by taking an example of sodium atom, this sodium atom, if we will talk about, this is an structural representation of an sodium atom, where it has three energy levels. In the first energy level, it has 2 electrons. And in second energy level, if you will talk about, there are 8 electrons. And in the third energy level, there is 1 electron. So what happens to this 1 electron which is present over here? It is been lost by sodium atom. When it is lost by sodium atom, this sodium acquires a positive charge. So Na plus ion is formed. Sodium ion is formed. This electron which is negatively charged, when it is been lost by the sodium atom, the atom forms an ion. Which ions it forms? It forms an sodium ion. And this is a structural representation of sodium ion where it has 2 energy levels. These energy levels are also been called as an orbits, or they have been also called as an shells. So the first orbit consists of 2 electrons and the second orbit consists of 8 electrons respectively. See, even if in more details if we will talk about an ACl compound, so just now we have talked about that sodium which loses an electron, who takes it? If we will talk about a compound, say NaCl, that means this sodium and chlorine has an electrostatic force of attraction between them, so they form an ionic compound. When this sodium atom loses the electron, it is been received by this chlorine. And this chlorine atom, it forms what? It forms an ion. We are going to learn this in detail also. We have started the concept of ionization of NaCl, that is sodium chloride. But let us go in detail. We had talked about sodium atom, how the sodium atom is been formed as an sodium ion. Same way we are going to talk about chlorine also. But this mode of gaining the electron or losing the electron, how does it happen or why does it happen, that we are going to see. See, in this case, sodium is losing the electron and it is being gained by whom? It is gained by the chlorine atom.